Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Ral, and normally this time I would do a stash ads video of the kits I bought last month, and so this is kind of that video, except for my only real issue is for April of 2024. This apparently is the only kit I bought. A little bit surprised by that, but I went to the Desert Scale Classic and ran around their swap meet and everything, and I had some cash on me, but really wasn't anything I was dying or looking for, just looking for deals and whatnot, just to see what was out there. And this ended up being the only kit I ended up buying and bringing home. I was tempted to bring a few others, and this one, it was partially because it was kind of a deal. Got this for 20 bucks, and I really didn't need it, but I didn't actually have this box art issue. So I kind of wanted it. No real reason for it. I mean, it's, of course, it's the Vanishing Point 70 Challenger, and I have a weakness for 70 Challengers, as I pretty much have every plastic kit of it that there is, and even maybe resin. Not 100% sure on that, but, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you've kind of seen them. And 2 years ago, I did a kit comparison of a good chunk of these AMT ones because I have so many of them, and the early convertibles to these kits. This one is issued in 2015, and I really didn't have it. And one of the biggest issues, and you can see it on the bottom of the box art here, yes, it's the convertible body. All of them pretty much are. You can see all the parts here. So it's nice that they do this on the new ones to show you what's in here. So I already knew right away that this one was really no different than some of the other versions of it, but this one's from 2015, and I wanted to see some of the differences. And some of the things that make me laugh is it's got the smooth bumper right here in the buildup with the no bumper guards, okay, but the actual car has the bumper guards that they used in the movies. And I think this one is kind of doing the remake, which is why they came out with this one, the made-for-TV remake. And they talk a little bit about the car and everything. But it's kind of interesting, going into the history of the car. The remake has a 426 Hemi, and they show the engine, and they talk about it a little bit in the beginning. The original had a 440 4-barrel, and these kits have the 6-pack, which, to be correct, isn't what the movie car had. But in the first movie, they really don't talk much about it, but you can see the 440 Magnum emblems on the hood. So they don't talk too much about it. But this one, just to show, it's pretty much the same. It really hasn't changed from the earlier version, Vanishing Point. All the plastic's the same. It's the convertible body, no convertible boot. One of the big differences is this one has the Goodyear pad printed tires, which I understand they lost their license, so they don't have the Goodyear pad printing anymore, and all the rest of the stuff. And even though it's got the convertible body, it doesn't have the convertible boot, which a lot of the later ones don't have, which I talked about that in my previous video. There's the hood with the hole in it that I prefer, the chrome with the rally wheels, and the two bumpers. There's the bumper with the guards, and then the bumper without the guards, and the funky Hemi valve covers, which I've talked about before, and the N.A.R.T gas cap, which early convertible versions don't have that. But what's kind of funny, and here's the top that you glue on and sand the vinyl top off. But the decals, let's get to the decals. I'm going to kind of do a review, obviously. Here we are. Here's the decals. These are a little bit better than the earlier version with the 446 pack and Challenger RT, and actually says Challenger. So, and the license plates. So to compare this to the earlier version, and I'll put all this away real quick. Now, the reason I'm kind of showing you this is this kit. I've shown this one in my previous video, even though it's 2 years old. This is the 2004 issue, but none of the plastic has changed at all in it. but they show you the 446 pack, why they decided to do that. But footage from the original movie, because this was the original, when they reissued that one, the new movie was out, or because of the new movie, but this is the 2004 issue. RC2, which I think they're the ones who made the decision to put the 446 pack in it. But this one's been started, and I've played with it a little bit here and there and gotten a little more serious about what I'm going to do with it. So in my previous video, I had the plastic glued in the hood, but I have since filled that the rest of the way in and primed it. And while I was playing with it, I did graft the roof on. It's not finished, but it's in primer. There a little bit of putty's been done up here, but not really down here. But I was grafting the roof on to see how much nicer I can get, and then the rear valance. So, and I glued the front end on. I plan to fill those in, but doing this makes putting the chrome grille insert difficult, because this being one piece, I pretty much would have to cut the headlights and put the headlights in, and then put the grille in and put it in 3 pieces. But that's the way that's going to have to go. And then got some decals here just because of a donor. There's the hood before you fill it. The early dash, which is a rally dash, and the non-rally dash that's in these later kits. And then this one has the solid tires, and they're not as good as the later ones, the pad printed ones, but that's the tires that come in here. And then also, I've kind of swapped, this one's got the kit engine, but I've also added in the 440 engine from the 71 Charger in here. And then here's the decals that come with this. So the decals in the newer kit are a little bit better than this one, but they're there. And it's funny how the license plates are 2 different sizes. So that's kind of odd, but cool. The 446 pack and the Dodge lettering. But I needed this for the 440 for the air cleaner, because I plan on swapping this 440 in there. And then the 440 Magnum ones that go on the hood. So that's why I've got these decals in here. And this one's kind of working on. So I want to make it more like the actual car in the first movie with the 440. Which also interesting. When you watch the footage of that thing, it doesn't have the pop-open gas cap. It does have this gas cap, even though they added it to the kit. And no passenger side mirror, and it has the regular driver's side mirror, which is not the sport mirror. So I'll find a mirror to put in there. I think I threw one in here somewhere. I think from the Revell 69 Camaro kit. Yeah, I did. So it has a mirror like this, if I can get... So putting that mirror on it. But that's, if you watch the original Vanishing Point movie, you'll notice a lot of the close-ups, you'll see that mirror on it instead of a sport mirror. But no spoiler. And, just some of the details. But I'm not trying to kill myself with building this one. But also, from Hobby Nut Models, our sponsor, I had gotten this one a few months back, because this is the newest release. It is the same kit. Round 2, and it's the 2023 issue. But you can see from the back here, it's all the same plastic. Nothing has changed. Nothing's been added or removed, which was disappointing, because they have this wing on there, and I was hoping that was in it. Although the one in the Demon is pretty accurate for it. And I don't know if I'll ever actually build this one. And I think it's funny that this is separated right here, so it's not attached. And that might just be my particular version of this, but none of the plastic in this has changed. The only 2 differences here is it's got plain tires that aren't pad printed at all, but they are the hollow ones that look and fit much better, but there's no pad printing on these at all. And then the other thing is the really nice decal sheet that this one has. So pull this thing out, and there you go. So there's the Challenger and N.A.R.T decals, and the 446 pack decals, the different Bumblebee stripes, the hood blackout, and then the gauges, which I don't know how those are going to fit with how 3D printed or 3-dimensional the gauges are, even though they have no detail. So those are pretty cool, but I don't know how they're going to fit. But other than not having the plate, it has all the same Vanishing Point parts in it. but still a convertible, still all of that stuff. Doesn't have these wheels like the earlier versions do, but you know, really no difference in this particular version. But since I had these, I decided I would share them with you and kind of show them off. But you know, I like this car, but you know, the earlier version with the shaker and some of the other stuff, just kind of fun to think about. So like, I picked this one up from Hobby Nut Models, picked this one up and comparing them to the other one. You know, so both of them, you know, different box arts, but pretty much the same kit, or they are the same kit. But it is kind of odd that there's a 446 pack. Oh, and also, one of the things in here, while I'm thinking about it, it has the 6-pack intake on one of these trees. I think it's right here. Okay, there's the, like a blower one, or the one that uses, where's it at? Here's the, okay. It comes with this 6-pack intake, and then it has this dual 4-barrel intake, which is kind of weird. But I've been told that this intake being really flat and this air cleaner gives you the 446 pack look, but fits under the hood. Where if you use this intake and the carburetors, which I don't think the carburetors are included in the kit anymore, they don't fit under the hood. It's too tall and hits. But that was meant for the original shaker setup. But anyway, that's kind of enough rambling on about that. But just you know, a kit that I like. I know it's not the easiest one to build because of the roof, but it's one that I've always liked. And whether or not I'll actually, you know, what I'll do with this one or one of the other ones, I don't really know, as I've swapped these chassis into older NPC Challengers, and it's kind of why I grabbed so many of them. But I have kind of started this one, working on it a little bit slowly in the background, and I'll get this one eventually painted white and some of the body work done. But this one's been kind of off and on since I showed it 2 years ago, and just did a little bit more playing with it. But this one will be built as the Vanishing Point car. So I figured I would share my latest purchase, and you know, the project that, you know, is going along with it. But you know, just some differences between the two kits, and mainly just it is just the box art, really. Oh, and also from my sponsor, Hobby Nut Model, I do have 3 on their way to me, but they haven't arrived yet. So even though they may have been ordered in April, they haven't arrived yet. So they'll be my May stash ads when I finally get my hands on them and get to check them out. But the 68 Coronet hardtop is on its way to me and should be here any day now, really. And then I've got a couple more from Revell that are also on the way. But, you know, due to delays and him not be able to get them, so I get them when I get them, and that's kind of how I look at it. So I've got plenty to build as it is, and fairly decent stash, but you know, that just keeps growing. But anyway, but you guys, thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and all your comments. I really do appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next time.